You're just in time. Saved you a seat for the Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self improvement. And I am just trying to break you out of this prison of shame tonight, trying to empower you to do all the necessary things your best life requires you to do. And so, my deep dive tonight aimed at shame is because not only did I experience this myself for many, many years, I see all sorts of different bros dealing with the same thing. And it is most often occurring in this emotional state, or I should also say, this this point in life that you've reached where you really do want to change. You are a greatly desiring the self improvement. You might not even want to call it that, but there are things that you're thinking about doing. There are goals that you want to pursue and chase after. There is stuff that is on your agenda, whether you want to do them or you don't want to do them. You loving your to-do list or you hate the crap out of it and you can barely look at it. I mean, either or doesn't matter. What matters right now is the complete inability to allow yourself to, at the very least, make the attempt. It's just getting out of your own way. It's just letting go of success or failure and really throwing yourself into the process so you can have a firsthand account. Really witness yourself experiencing, wow, well, this is what it's like to do the difficult things life is throwing at me because of the things that I'm asking from life. Too many men are not even going to bother because deep, super deep, okay, down in here, there is this mixture of guilt. There is some resentment and bitterness mixed in with all of this, maybe even a little bit of hatred towards the self. You don't want to be you. You are having trouble accepting that the problem is not what you want. The problem is getting what you want as you. You got to pull it off, as you are. It's, of course, here at the Pillars of Man, I will always believe all men are very capable. I would push it a little bit further and say all men are born to, natural intention right here to transform and grow and progress and evolve. So that, I mean, yes, as you are. I mean, to begin, of course, like you can start right now, and it might be a very messy start, but you absolutely will not stay like this. It's not possible to. The process and the repetition and the iteration will do all sorts of things to you. Downright magical, very like transform. Like this is some metamorphosis stuff. Okay, where physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you really do change, bro. When you are going to submit yourself to the fires, the heat of the kitchen, of just doing all the hard things, whatever you want out of life, anything that is of value, if it's worth it for you to do, it is going to challenge you in some way. You see, none of that is possible to experience. What I mean is the benefits, like the growth of it, all the all the actions and all the time that you spend that you get to see yourself get better. Really, okay, improve day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. All of that is not possible. None of it exists until a man can put himself into the attempt. That's why I'm directing everything tonight at shame, because shame is this great barrier to unlocking your whole life, really all of you, and thereby unlocking everything that you want. So, and then now, why would you feel that shame? How do you know if you are someone experiencing tons of shame? Well, one of the most alarming signs is you tend to withdraw from any kind of difficulty that comes your way. That's a really big one right there. If you are saying right off the bat, before the challenge even arrives, you are discounting yourself as this is not something that I'm going to be able to overcome. I cannot imagine myself making it over this hurdle. It simply isn't possible. And because you yourself are declaring it isn't possible, that's why you don't try. So, even like sprinting towards it and trying to jump over never happens. Okay? Like, this is what I mean earlier when I said let go of the success and let go of the failure. Essentially, in this analogy, you are letting go of whether you are going to make it over the hurdle or not. Okay? You might clear it like, with flying colors, and everyone is applauding. Like you literally didn't even graze it. It was a majestic leap over the hurdle. Or you gonna literally face plant on the asphalt. Okay? It's gonna hurt real bad. Okay? It could look like that. Okay? Either experience, okay, again, will only happen either outcome. And yes, I know which one you want. I mean, we all want the very, you know what I'm saying, majestic leap over. But even if that doesn't happen and you end up crashing and burning, okay, bro, you will still have an experience to go off of that puts you in a direction of getting better. Okay. Shame stops you and it blocks you because you have, whether by circumstances, whether by other people whispering in your ear, whether you just maybe talk to yourself too much. And so you talk yourself out of it. Okay. Actual choices and decisions that have happened in the past that you are not very proud of, that led to everything that has happened up until this moment, whatever it may be, it has caused this prolonged, I would say, you just way overstayed. This is your time in the negativity, in the regret, and the misery has just been long overdue. And when you don't realize that, you just keep living in it and you stay in it, then you eventually start to wake up genuinely believing and behaving like you are somebody far gone, that it could never happen for you, that it's not possible for you to mount this comeback, okay, or make the proper recovery to I don't even want to say healthier or healthiest, because like bare minimum is enough. And this is what I mean. You don't believe you can make it to a healthy enough. Just being able to raise yourself into this state of existing that allows you to try. A lot of guys realize everything that they want out of life is going to cause them to go out into this world. Okay, not like, heroically or epically or dramatically or anything like that. I mean, it really can be. But I want to make this, as practical and as real as possible. So it's going out into the world and it's, it is interacting with a very small subset of people that you have to for a specific career path, for some kind of mentorship or tutelage, okay, to give you some direction, to help you get to wherever it is you're trying to go. Could be a woman, okay? Just, having that casual, calm confidence to step up and ask how her day is going and, trying to, that basically, I'm trying to think about this myself right now, okay? But thank goodness this is an example. And yeah, you're really just trying to get that number, okay? And not make that big of a deal out of it. And then if you get declined, then you kind of just say, okay, that's cool, have a great rest of your day. And you walk away and there it is. That's it. One down, what is it? Another few billion? Okay, well, it's not the total number of women on planet Earth, okay, but it's definitely millions, okay, it's millions of opportunities possibly. You're not going to be alive long enough to hit all of those opportunities. See, this is what I mean. Small subset of people that you're going to run into and interact with, deal with. Shame makes it so you become afraid of entering the perception of another human being, okay, in this way. You don't want to be in somebody else's presence. For the fear that being in their proximity is going to have them pick up all the different parts of you don't want anyone knowing about. See, this is the kind of the insidious nature of shame. And yet, if I told you that if your intentions are truly pure and clear, as in you don't have anything to hide because you know exactly what you want, and you have the basic understanding and the common decency to like clearly exhibit to another human being. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be a douche. I have self-respect for myself, but I'm really just here to show up authentically as myself because this is what I'm trying to do in this world. And so, like, what is it that you're trying to do in this world? I have to ask you that, bro. And we'll keep it super basic right here. I mean, you might have just immediately thought up of the answers for what you are trying to do in your own life, but I'm going to use, like the very common ones being, I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to be financially free. I'm trying to be at peace, be happy, find joy, do work I care about, or at the very least, I don't hate and I don't dread going to every single day, and get jacked. You be very healthy, get in shape, look good, look great. Okay, be as handsome as possible. All right, would love to look and sound confident. Okay, really, really feel confident. And I don't know, throw in some Lambos and some mini mansions and vacation trips and all that good stuff. Okay, you throw it all in there. Okay, so this is what you want out of life. All right, bro, that's great. That's great. And then whether you get it or not, one of the greatest adventures any man could take is taking what he wants out of life seriously enough. He really goes for it. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. But then, like, see, it comes back to shame. It comes back to shame because so many men are being stopped from engaging in this pursuit because it's this thinking that, but I'd have to join society. I'd have to get out into this real world and try as me. And I'm the only one that knows, or maybe there are some others as well. But for now, we'll just say you. I'm the only one that knows how badly I messed up. Or, how lazy, how undisciplined. Okay, you see, it really starts to pour right here. How unattractive. Okay, how just dumb or stupid, okay, not smart. How hard it is for me to learn. I mean, how I'm very fragile. I'm very sensitive. It's so difficult for me to do anything difficult in life. I can barely stay sober. I mean, all sorts of real problems and obstacles that a man really does have to tackle if he's going to have his very best chance at his best outcomes in life. To to live in that perpetual emotional state, I'm so ashamed because there's all this time has passed and I don't have anything to show for it. Okay. In terms of the expectations any other, maybe normal or rational human being would have for somebody who has reached this point in my life. Okay, I want to freeze it right there because that is not only somebody else's viewpoint. This is someone else's perspective, however justified and however true or false or whatever, has no bearings. It has absolutely no effect on what you are able to do in your current situation to change that. Shame is blinding in this way. It doesn't allow you to see what is really going on. It's more belief than anything else. Okay, I want to keep it going along this train of thought. If we take it from maybe career or health, working out or something like that, and let's pivot this real quick into romance. That one's huge. That one's so. I mean, the majority of men would love a loving and loyal wife that they are very attracted to, that they love very much and loves them right back. So then that begs the question. Oh well, that requires you to do some stuff. That requires you to put your best foot forward, right? Your best first impression. Okay, be able to hold a conversation. Strong eye contact, right? Being socially intelligent enough and picking up on these hints and these cues and these subtle signs to really bring out the more charming and more charismatic side to you, right? In order to, really make it work, really convince one of these female human beings you are worth the time to sit down and vibe with and chill with. Okay, let that be the goal. But then it's going to be very difficult to do that when you are so plagued with, again, all of these beliefs that you are not good looking enough for any woman, even though you've never met them yet. That it's too difficult for me to try to learn this social charisma, for me to try to, really get better and be better in this way, socially speaking, and develop, okay, that charm, right? Or those conversational skills and these very, very the ability to communicate so effectively, you're really able to connect with her. See, where is this all coming from? Right? If there is that belief, there is this. I mean, it's almost like and it gets so tricky right here. Because what if what you know is completely wrong, is completely false? It's just not the truth. What I mean is, well, I know myself well enough to the point that I can't do it. I can't like approach her in this way. I don't know what to say. Like girls make me really nervous. I don't know how to facilitate that smooth and suave interaction in which okay, she is not leaving immediately. Okay. There is no okay, the hand into the handbag motion for the reveal of the pepper spray. That's not happening right now. No, she's actually just looking at me and just kind of vibing with me right now. Okay, like it's looking good. Okay, okay, King, that's what's up. That's what you're trying to do. Okay, it's everything. It's everything. Okay, those are the basics. Love, wealth, health. I mean, sure, they're the basics, but they're also some of the most wonderful foundations to build upon in life, because all three of these lead to some pretty dope stuff. Financially free, like, yeah, that's amazing, right? Like a long lasting marriage, tons and tons of kids, that is amazing. What am I? Oh yeah, you super freaking jacked. Okay, just like tons and tons of muscles. This is crazy, bro. How much muscle are you building? As much as possible. That's the answer. That's also amazing. Okay, you either want these things or you don't want these things. All right. But if you want these things and you can't go after them, and it's not that you can't, I don't believe that's actually a thing. Straight up, I'm just gonna have to say that real quick. Like, oh, okay, I want what I want in life, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't go after it. Brother, it's not that you can't. It's that you're not allowing yourself to. Okay. Too many guys don't let themselves because of the shame they feel. All right, look. I really, really, we're gonna go a little bit deeper here now. And I'm going to transition into a more extreme example. But nonetheless, I believe this still holds water. Okay. It's got a ton of merit here because this is a very real, this is I should say, this is a realistic scenario. And I'll take it off of you. And instead I'll create this like hypothetical guy who knows the truth in his heart. He feels it in his soul. He really wants to self-improve. He really wants to do better in life and have some of these wonderful, sweet, and fantastic outcomes of health, wealth, and love. Wait, health, yeah, health, wealth, and love. Okay, he really does. Okay, great. But he's made some really bad choices. Let's put him in his mid-30s. Okay, all right. He's old, right? He's like he just transitioned from being a young man to a middle-aged man. You know what I mean? Not even. I mean, he's not old, but he's not young anymore. Okay, and so all his life. So this is a little over 3 decades. All his life, he's kind of just, you know what I mean? Not really tried. Okay, you might already know exactly what I mean when I say this. Like, you might already have a very vivid. This is some detailed scenery in your mind right now, in your imagination. Okay, I really like. Oh, this dude is me for real. I'm not. Look, it's all good, bro. It's all good. But even if you don't, then you can imagine, 30-something-year-old guy and never really gave anything of himself to anything in life. It was kind of just K through 12, and then afterwards went right, started working right away, and then lived at home with his parents while he was working. Did that for a while, and then in his 20s finally found a place of his own. He's renting a 1BR or something like that, and he just works, and he's single, and he keeps to himself, and that's really it. There's nothing wrong with a life like this. I'm not noting the quality of life that I just made up for this hypothetical bro to live. No. What I'm specifically noting right here is how living like this makes him feel. It's what it does to him. Okay? It's you know, when he wakes up every single day, it's like, bro, are you sure you want to live like this? Now that's what I mean by the truth in his heart. Okay? An undeniable signal from his soul, the depths of himself. No, it's really not. He wants so much more out of life. Okay? But then shame strikes right here. So much more out of life. Well, how am I supposed to start? Some 30-something-year-old guy. What am I supposed to do? Go back to school? No, really, brother. Follow me right here. Like what? Pick up a trade? Like, I don't know. Like, now is when I start an apprenticeship. You know, just start from ground zero. Just start posting like content about what? I've never been a content creator. Okay, online income. I've never really, yeah, I go on YouTube. I like watching things, but I've never, posted anything. I barely even comment. Okay. Like this is all like, what I'm saying? This guy I'm making up right here. This is literally how he thinks. It's what he's saying to himself. It's how he feels about his life whenever he entertains that scenario, the scenario of the very best. Just, like the finest quality of life, the very um, peak of what he wants out of life. Because it's not, when you think about it like that, it's not that deep. It gets very deep, but just seeing what you want out of life, then you can immediately come up with at least a few basic actions to go in that direction, right? It's like, oh, okay, I want to be a content creator. Okay, how to be a content creator? Google, ChatGPT, whatever. It's very simple, simplified, and streamlined nowadays. That is, what I'm saying. I want to say that's an undeniable blessing of the digital era, and this time of modernity you and I are living in. And then, he's never lived it before, and he wants to like look good, and he wants to start dating, and he's like never even really dated before. See, so really so much, all of this, right? All of this. My question to you is, what do any of these things have anything to do with whether he can make it or not? The fact that he hasn't, ever really dated, he's never lifted a weight in his life, he's never created a piece of content before, to break into like making money online. He's never he's only ever done the job that he got right out of high school. That's really been it. It's been enough to, help him survive, make ends meet, pay rent, pay the bills, but not really nothing more than that. Okay, he's by no means well off or anything like that. If there was some kind of crazy emergency, it would absolutely wipe out his savings. Like he's just getting by. That's why he wants to improve his situation. That's why this guy wants to do better in life. So then, now that I've been able to really flesh it out like this and really paint out this scenario for you, see, the question was, what is it then? What's really stopping him right here? Now, if you would say, oh, his looks, and how old he is, and how he views himself, and all the mistakes that he's made so far, and it's like all that time wasted, and it's like all that regret, and all the guilt that he feels for being in this situation when he's already in his 30s, et cetera, et cetera. Like, where does that come from? Okay, you'd be hard pressed to find a justifiable source anywhere outside of him. That would have to be, oh my God, it would have to be some kind of stalker. It would have to be some kind of crazy stalker to, show up uh, at his home every single day and be like, "Hey man, were you thinking about self improving today? Okay, may I remind you?" And then okay, and then just start listing out all the things that makes him feel bad about his life. Okay, I know, none of this is real. This is all hypothetical. But like, oh, come on, bro. Like we try and keep it real here at the Pillars of Men. It's like, if there's no actual human being doing that, then it's him. The shame comes from him. It's him, like, kind of self-sustaining a belief that he is not enough, that he can't really get out here and make those big changes when he has every capability to do so. He really, nothing's stopping him. I know that real life is a lot more varied and it's more detailed than that. There are all sorts of environmental factors, neurological and biological limitations, and a lot of it is in genetics, in terms of, I want to say, early onset, like stemming from birth and childhood. A lot of those things are cemented from in our formative years of issues and problems and hurdles to contend and deal with if you're going to be the most successful version of yourself. Yes, of course, all sorts of things to take into account and take into careful consideration. So I am keeping this example very basic. I understand that. But even so, I want to try to make this real. So I'll give him what I believe to be the average. I'll give him a very standard set of, no uh, overt or like extreme mental or physical disabilities or anything like that. Like, he has all his limbs and they're all normal sized. He doesn't have any, like, severe brain problems or anything like that, just a normal brain. Like, relatively healthy is what I mean. Okay. He might not be Chad. Okay. But it's like, there's no need to turn him into, some kind of, hideous hunchback of Notre Dame or something like that. It's just a regular dude. And most guys are in this situation where it's like, hey, you are naturally fully equipped with everything that you already need. You have your five senses, they're all intact. Your body is fine, and you have a brain, you have a mind. So at this point, then it can, you see, the pattern I try to lay out tonight is it continually begs the question, what is stopping him? What is stopping that man? It would be the shame that, again, he has to do everything life will require him to have such a happy and awesome one. Okay. It's this feeling, I'm being forced to do it as me. Bro, wanting to do it as you is one of the, ultimate hacks of life. Okay. You have to engage with the challenge, because going into it and taking it on and trying and attempting is exactly how you begin to dispel all the shame that you feel for having the life that you have. Like, it stacks. This is what's pretty crazy. In my personal experiences with shame as well, is that it can multiply pretty quickly, because then, oh, I want to be able to do this, but I'm too lazy to. And then I try and I stop because I give into the laziness again. Oh, I'm just procrastinate like crazy, like doing all these things that are wrong, but you continue to allow yourself to do what is wrong. That really adds up. It's like a debt you pile on to yourself in this way. And this is how shame gets very overwhelming, I believe. How it really starts to dig into you, okay? And kind of, very slowly rot you from the inside out. Because it's just, you think about it, like maybe for this guy, he graduated high school and he was like 17, 18 years old, and he was thinking, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do something besides just this job, or like I'm going to move out next year or something like that. And it falls through. Okay. And then he, I don't know, a couple years goes by and he turns 20 and he tries again and falls through again. Okay. Maybe 20 through 25, the next 5 years, he again, tries to mount some sort of, get something going for himself, some sort of skill, hobby, passion, craft of some kind. Just doesn't work out. Falls prey to the vices, falls prey to the pulls, to the sips, what was easier and what was easier would be just clock in and clock out at a job he didn't care about, but gave him just enough, right, to get by. And he would kind of come back home and just chill. And he couldn't stop doing that. He just couldn't bring himself out of that. Right? Again, all the shame. Right? It piles on. More and more and more evidence he's giving himself he isn't who he wants to be and that he can't be. And yet, all of that is proven wrong. All of that is reversed. It's shattered. The moment that he would make the attempt, because the attempt defies all of that. It proves to himself and the rest of the world, I can try and do what I say I will do because of what I want. See, that's why the confrontation and the head on, okay, the forward motion of this is the objective, this is the action, this is one daily actionable step I can check off and say, before I go to bed tonight, I tried to do this. No matter what, that will help because it's a step in the right direction, not the wrong one. Okay? Shame keeps you. It holds you wherever you don't want to be anymore. Okay? The takeaway, okay? The truth of the matter here is that chain or that lock holding you in place comes from you. That's why you can break it. That's why you are able to free yourself of this. And that's what I mean. The empowerment is a little bit at a time. You try and you put yourself in the difficult action. Okay. You break it down into sizable pieces. Okay. And you look at what you have to let go of in order to start living the way that you really want to. Okay, I am not good looking enough. I am not attractive enough. I am not smart enough. I'm not capable enough. I'm not all of that. It's so letting go. For me, letting go is saying, that's fine. Okay, that's all good. I'm not. But that doesn't mean you can't become the man who can. The man who is able to. A you in the future, truly thriving. Okay, proud of himself that, for a year, for 2, for 3, you took the time to give yourself the best opportunity possible every single day. That's not deep. That's not deep at all. You can have the best opportunity possible every single day because Every single day you are going to be alive for the rest of your life. There will be a choice that meets you in life. It's reoccurring. It happens for every so often for as long as you breathe. That is the timeline. If you still have breath, then you're going to get another one. And that choice is there are decisions to be made every single day where you do better or you do worse. Shame is this very emotionally, mentally evil force, okay, that convinces you. It doesn't actually make you, but it has to convince you. Shame, right? It's, again, this is why I say belief. Giving in to shame is, oh yeah, no, I don't have anywhere to go. I wouldn't be accepted anywhere. I'm okay, right, bro? Let's take it back to the hypothetical bro right here. I'm already in my 30s. Like, what am I going to do? How would that, right? Start now and then what? And then possibly make it in my 50s or something like that. It's just that uh, as if even living 1 year in his best life would not be absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. The best means the best. Health, wealth, love, much more. That's, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to disrespect these three because these three are like, yeah, I mean, they're kind of the top three, right? But I'm just saying it gets so much more specific than that. Okay. There's a ton of variety to life, as unique as the individual man thinking of what he wants out of it. But even just 1 year, with the best situation of love for you, romance, your wife, the best financial situation you could be in, the best health situation you could be in. 1 year, just really, wow, every single day, experiencing it, having it, living it, doing it. At any age. As if that wouldn't be absolutely freaking incredible. Of course it would. Most likely it would be so amazing you wouldn't want, you would want to stay there. You wouldn't want to come back down. You wouldn't want to go backwards. You would not want to regress. You would not want to degenerate. You would not want to do worse. But bring it back to reality now. Let's I'm gonna try to end on this where now it is just you and me right here, bro. Reality, baseline. Oh, but it's not like that. What you woke up today and what you will wake up tomorrow, it's not like that. It's you as you are now. It's your life as it is. It's your current situation. You as you are now in your current situation is exactly what you need to go and live your best life. Because this is where you must depart from to go where you want to be. Okay? All that shame, all that self-hatred, the guilt, right? The withdrawal, the reclusiveness, right? The hermiting, all of that. It's all you ignoring, pretending, right? Kind of acting like you're fine like this, like it doesn't bother you, like you don't actually want to go, and like all of this. But if you let all of that go and you allow yourself to begin living in the truth of what you really want out of life, then the shame can't hold you anymore. It doesn't have anything to hold on to. You have simply become too strong, too powerful in this way to be held back any longer. Why? How could you all of a sudden, receive this kind of instantaneous empowerment when you try? Because that's what it is. This is the essence. These are the ingredients of greatness. Is every single attempt you would give to yourself, because you can do that. Any man can. We all have that ability to give it to ourselves in this way. every single day. Once the choice arrives, after work, before work, lunch break, before you sleep, the weekends, the day off, the choice comes back. Always, eventually, for as long as you are alive. You'll know when you get your next one. Okay? Because you feel because even if it's been years and years and years, your whole life potentially, and it's very autopilot, it's a very instant knee-jerk reaction, you still kind of feel it. You'll catch it though, okay? And especially I would hope, I would love if this episode allows you to pick it up more often, like maybe tomorrow. You're gonna realize it's gonna hit you. If you like recall, oh, I was like vibing with Kumo last night. This has to be what he's talking about. I have a couple hours where yeah, I'm good. I ate dinner and I don't need to sleep for another, like, I don't have to go to bed that early. It's not late right now. Like, I have a couple hours to myself. That's it right there. That's all you need. That's where the comeback begins. That's where your transformation starts. Do you see? It couldn't come from anywhere else, and it couldn't start from anywhere else, because you are already enough. Your life is fine. If you have that opportunity every single day, if you are not a human being, if you're not a man who is truly 24/7 every single day, not able to live for himself, you are enslaved in some way, then you'd be exempt. But I hope and I pray I'm looking at a man who is not undergoing that extreme, life scenario. If not, then you're good, bro. You're good to go. You can do this. You can try. And that's what it's all about. That's what it really comes down to. This is how you can slowly break free from the shame that is holding you back. Okay, it's the attempt. The attempt will set you free in this way. And if you find yourself needing help, you're having trouble making that attempt, doing it consistently, making this attempt for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then you stop, and then you go back, and then all of a sudden you feel so ashamed that that vicious cycle happened all over again. Hey, bro, by all means, you check me out. That's what I do. I talk a little bit about everything and anything that goes into all of this stuff to help men live their best lives, because you're watching the Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self-improvement surrounding philosophy, masculinity, wellness, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Kumo. I continue to reshape the modern male reality, giving any man who wishes to pull the very best out of himself a way to do that. Thank you so much for being here, bro. You like content like this? Hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a like as well. I hope to see you real soon for my next one. Same time, same place. Right back here. But until then, take it easy. Take good care of yourself. And I love you so much. Peace.